Welcome to the Online Marketing for Doctors podcast, the place to grow and scale profitable practices with your show hosts, Huyen Truong and Steve Tate.
Hello and welcome to the Online Marketing for Doctors podcast. This is the first Australian healthcare marketing podcast channel designed to help motivated practitioners implement clever, effective marketing ideas to grow and scale their practice. I'm your host, Stephen Tate, and with me is our co-host, Huyen Truong.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Online Marketing for Doctor podcast.
Today on the podcast, we've got a very exceptional special guest with us today who's joining us on the podcast all the way from America. So I just wanted to introduce to you Dr. Obinna Nwobi, from the Vein Health Clinic in Oviedo, Florida. Did I say that correct or incorrect?
Yeah, no, you were correct. Thank you for the warm introduction. We're in Orlando, but a suburb of Orlando, Florida. The Disney capital, obviously, is Oviedo. It's only about 20 minutes from Orlando. So, hi, everyone. And I'm saying hello from Disneyland.
Fantastic. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself, your practice, how long you've been in service, and some of the services that you offer at your clinic.
So I've been a board certified surgeon for the last 15 years. Over the last 10 years, I've focused on just vascular surgery, where I have another board certification in as well as general surgery. I've owned my own practice for the last 6 years, where I do everything that's related to vascular health. So anything artery and vein related, any problems that has to do with artery and veins is what we treat.
Sorry, you've been in practice how long now?
Well, I got out of medical school in 2002, so 17 years. Private practice the last 6 years. Spent about 7 years after medical school training.
Fantastic. And how has it been operating your own business, your own practice?
It's been great. There's been ups and downs, but one of the things that has helped me grow is marketing.
Wow.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of competition in the U.S. and a lot of large groups and hospital systems. They take off the lion's share. So it's difficult to compete with them, but you can if you market directly to patients and get patients just from your marketing efforts. Wow. So I'm a big proponent of marketing.
Fantastic.
Digital marketing.
Yeah.
Sure.
The new age marketing. I used to do magazine ads and TV ads and all that, but that's the new media is digital marketing. I don't do any of that anymore.
Any more of the print marketing, you mean, yeah?
Print, I don't do print anymore. I don't do TV anymore. I don't do direct mail. I don't do any of that anymore. I used to do all that.
Great. Well, then you're a perfect guest to be having on the show today. And you've got a particular topic that you've brought with you that you're interested in discussing, which is a great topic for our listeners here, is how to run an effective direct response marketing campaign. Now, I was just wondering, could you maybe for our listeners who might not necessarily know what a direct response marketing campaign is, could you explain the term a little bit more?
So direct response marketing, just like the name implies, is your marketing directly to the consumer or patient or whoever your lead target is, and you are expecting a response immediately. They're responding in form of giving you their email or their phone number or clicking, but you're getting some information from them.
Right.
So when you put an ad, you have you're telling them to respond to something, asking them to respond to something, and they respond and give you, their information. So either they call you or they give you information. So that's why it's direct response.
Right.
One of the things I've found, one of the good things about it is that you're able to capture, well, one of the ways I use direct response is use video.
Right.
And you engage people with video very well and then capture their information by asking them, having a call to action, and then you capture the information immediately, and able to then respond to them and find out what their needs are. So that's one thing I've been able to. If you highlight, people have obviously pain points or problems. You discuss the problems in the video, or you highlight the problems,
Sure.
and you have a call to action, or you have them respond, and they respond by giving you their information.
Yeah, sure. That's a great example of one of the techniques. I mean, when did you start to sort of employ this type of strategy, direct response?
So it's more of a so I initially used to outsource it, and I used to do pay-per-click on Google, and it was really mainly using Google pay-per-click and display advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And then over the last year, I started learning a little bit more about social media.
Mm-hmm.
And other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, and just learning on YouTube and learning of those platforms and seeing, although they're not, it's not high intent, but the sheer volume of people on those platforms, I started researching, and then I started trying it out. And just because there's so many people, and just because of the mobile device, because people are spending so much time on their mobile device looking at these different channels. So you just interrupt them for maybe 30 seconds with an ad, a video ad, and they look at it and see, oh, it's a pain point they have, and they click on it, and they respond to you, and they say, I want that. Just for example, I treat varicose veins, and I do a varicose vein ad of a testimonial of a patient, just 30 seconds. And I put it on Facebook, and I say, hey, if you have this problem like this lady did, just click below and you provide us your information and we'll call you.
Yeah, right.
Just call us. And we're getting about 100 to 200 leads a month just from that alone.
Wow, great. That's wonderful. Well, we'll come back to sort of that success, but when it was social media that I guess inspired you, it was the immediacy of it, I guess, that sort of encouraged you to go with this type of marketing.
So let me just tell you. So there you can do content marketing, where you write content, can provide value. That's more of a branding yourself. So I do that as well. I brand myself. I put out blog posts on specific topics, and put myself out as an expert, which is good. It's hard to measure in terms of it's not as measurable. And one of the things I like direct response marketing is that you can measure everything and measure your return on investment.
Yeah,
so you can measure people that clicked, people that responded to your ads. And then at the end of the day, you know how many people came to your clinic from them because we asked them how they came. And then you can calculate your return on investment. So it's very measurable as opposed to the brand marketing or the content marketing. Direct response marketing is fast to implement. You get quick results, and it's very measurable.
Yeah, sure. And you mentioned that your success rate has been very good with it. I mean, how did it compare to previous campaigns, like your print and your TV, or was it just that it was too hard to measure
No,
that?
also the print, the TV campaigns, I was spending probably 10 times what I'm spending now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because the TV campaigns were very expensive, and some months I would get one or two people.
Yeah, right, right. Okay,
But
right.
with this, yeah, with this, you do it and you get people. I mean, you get it's guaranteed. I mean, I get people. You get it's guaranteed. You just get it because there's
Yeah,
so many people on the social platforms, and you just get a mix of them. You have to have good quality videos, obviously, or a good quality image or an engaging ad. That's why I like to use video because it's very engaging.
mhm.
So from that, we're able to get people to convert or have interest in what we're doing.
And have you seen a consistent sort of success rate with this, or has it been up and
Yes. So
down
it's been,
depending?
although yes, it's been consistent. We're trying as channels having more placements because so one of the channels we use is Facebook a lot, and as Facebook is becoming more mature and a lot of people are getting into it, I think the ads are getting a little bit more expensive.
Hmm.
So we're starting to be more innovative by doing newer placements within Facebook. So we're doing a comment to Messenger, so people to message us through their Facebook Messenger as a way to get a lead now.
Yeah,
And we're actually trying out WhatsApp messaging as a way to get a lead. So not just the typical Facebook lead ads or Facebook feed conversion ads. Just so we're doing some more as the platform gets more mature and it gets expensive. We're looking at other areas that may be cheaper.
sure.
Another thing we're doing is Instagram TV, Instagram stories, Facebook stories. These are new placements that Facebook has come out with, and to get leads are a lot less expensive.
Yeah. And I mean, breaking it down like that, are you seeing the same levels of conversion from some of these newer sort of
Yes.
offerings, or is
Yes.
Facebook still the best?
I would say a scale of 1 to 10, 5 of 1 to 10 is Facebook. So
Right.
Facebook is really 50% of everything that we do. We spend maybe another three on Google, so the Google platform, which includes YouTube,
Yeah.
and then two really for everything else, which is
Right.
LinkedIn, Twitter, all that other stuff. But Facebook is really the powerhouse because with
Still
Facebook
does.
we have Facebook, Instagram, and we have the Messenger platform, which
Mhm.
includes Facebook's own Messenger platform and WhatsApp. WhatsApp, we just experimenting with WhatsApp
Sure.
because I've heard it's really, really good in doing ads, and a lot of people in Europe and Latin America are doing it. So we're it's it's good. It's brand new to the U.S. really, so we want to get on it before it gets too popular.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're on the cutting edge here because I would agree. I don't think a lot of people in Australia, for example, are using that type of technology that extensively either. So it would be interesting for them. But your impressions sort of immediately now that you've been warming up to it is positive. Like you think there's a future there?
Very, no, very, very positive. I just
Yeah.
I started an ad. Then we just ran it for 24 hours just yesterday, and it was a messenger ad just to Facebook Messenger. And already we've had 8 people schedule.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So,
Okay.
they just message the bot, and the bot talks to them and then gets them to put in their information and give them the number, and we'll
Right.
schedule people already. So
Yeah.
that's an example. Although I think the cost per lead for that is $8, but
Right.
I could get someone to click for $7 and they still don't come in.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but this one, you have all the information, and we have all the information. We just keep contacting them, and we have. The other thing is a lot of this is the marketing. I have a sales team and a call center established now. So I have two people that all they do 24/7 is immediately the leads come in, they have a spreadsheet and they just call them. And they have to do up to 4 touch points with them every week via email, phone, and something called voice drops where they just leave a voicemail without the phone ringing.
Yep.
So we're doing multi-touch points. So it's not just the sales. We do just the marketing, the direct response. When you get the lead, you have to convert them to a patient. So we're seeing about, let's say we get 100 leads, we're only getting about 25% become a patient.
Yep.
Because because it's interruptive marketing, we're interrupting their social media. A lot of them don't follow up and don't come in. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing about only 25%. That's why in fact, it was like 5% before, but that's why I got a call center team that's all dedicated. So immediately the leads come in, my call center calls them back within 10 minutes. And then tries to get them on the schedule. Even if they get them on the schedule, they do 4 touch points via text, email, or voice drop to make sure they come in. And then we retarget those people that haven't come in, and we keep calling them up to 10 touch points.
Yeah, right.
So
wow.
That's something I've established that it's helping the conversion rate go up.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Are you looking to increase your authority, reach, and engagement to convert more prospects and referrals without spending more of your valuable time? What you need is a marketing system that can run on autopilot and generate revenue 24/7 for your practice. What simple marketing system is this, you might ask? Through our years of promoting practices and running our own successful digital marketing agency, we have discovered the marketing system that you need to make this happen. We've documented all of our knowledge about this wonderful marketing system, our best strategies, tactics, processes, and templates in our soon-to-be-released, highly compact online course called How to Use Webinars to Increase Your Patients and Referrals. Automate your marketing to leverage your time and scale your practice. In this course, we provide you with all of the information and templates you need in an easy-to-follow, step-by-step process so that you can create your own effective webinar marketing system within just a few hours. Once done, this incredible, powerful set-it-and-forget-it marketing system will run in the background and generate new patient inquiries for your practice automatically. If this interests you, we'd like to invite you to go to this link, onlinemarketingfordoctors.com/webinar-marketing-system. Register your interest in this course so that we can send you a notification when the course is launched and ready for you to take advantage of. We hope to see you there.
Yeah, I mean, you're touching on a lot of great points here that I think, even ourselves, we try to cover a lot in our podcast that, it's not just one thing in isolation. It's a lot of things that you need to be sort of doing to sort of keep in regular contact, but to sort of make these things a success. I think you're bringing up some excellent points here.
Yeah, especially when it comes to follow up new leads, and the fact that you follow them up really quickly, 10 minutes. And in one of our podcasts, we talk about the time of responsiveness is the critical in terms of converting new prospects to patient, which is how fast you can get back to them. So in our podcast, we mentioned about like the 5 minutes rule, and actually we have to get back to the prospect within maximum 30 minutes. So the fact that you're getting back in like within 10 minutes is really good already. So it's really much better than many other practices out there.
Yeah.
And we were losing so much leads. We're not, when we first started this, we were getting about 3 to 5% of 100 come in.
Sure.
So we had to change that, and that's the only way is to contact them immediately and keep retargeting them. That's one thing I would say. Those two things: follow up, and retargeting. That's the key.
Which was going to be a question that I was going to ask, and maybe you've already answered it, which is great, is just, what are the success criteria that you've found with sort of using a direct response marketing campaign? Would you say that it is just all follow-up, or are there other elements, maybe more specifically to the message of the marketing?
So one is video, using video. So using video, it gets more engagement and it gets more people to respond. One other thing we've done is we've targeted ethnic populations in the United States. So, US, a lot of people just do stuff in English, but in Florida, there are 30% of the population is Spanish, and they only speak Spanish.
Sure.
So we have targeted them specifically. And we have Spanish videos, and we target them to get them to respond in their own language. So that's something we've done, and we've been very successful with.
Wow.
Is marketing directly to Spanish patients in their language.
Sure. And do you provide your services in Spanish then as well too?
So we have about 50% of our staff is Spanish speaking. So we cater to them in their own language as well. Although I don't speak Spanish, but I have my staff that does. And then, the other thing is, the follow-up I talked about and optimization. So if we see an ad, if it's expensive, we go in and we see, okay, what are we spending too much money on, or what is costing us too much? Or we look at demographics. What are demographics that is within our budget? So we try to get each lead to be about $10. Anything more than $10 we feel is too much. So we look at the demographics, and if we are seeing that, for example, over 65 is costing us $50, we cut it off. We optimize it. Or we see people on desktop. They're not really just mobile. We then make our ads just for mobile. So that's something we're doing is optimizing, and you can just optimize right on the platform where you can cut out what stuff that's not working and make the ad more cost effective.
Great. Good tips indeed. Any final words on direct response marketing campaigns? I mean, you've provided a lot of great information here.
It's been a game changer for my business. It's been a game changer. I mean, if you have a business that you're getting about 25 people actually come in every month, added to your practice, 25. It's been a game changer. So we're going to pour as much more money into it, so we can not only be on the Facebook, but do everything we need to do on Google, and YouTube, and all every other platform. We're going to keep expanding until we're getting 100 people coming in a month. So we feel we're just at 25% capacity.
Sure. As professional marketers, we love your initiative and your gusto to really try to push and as far as possible, but also to be forward thinking and to look at where your next opportunities can come from. It's great what you're doing and what you're accomplishing.
Oh, thank you.
Now, we always ask a sort of little additional follow-up question just at the end of our podcast, sort of a topic that we ourselves in our podcasts and our interactions with people, that it's a topic that's either coming up a lot, or we're just trying to explore this topic to death as much as we possibly can, just to get some as much insight into it as possible. So if you had a second to entertain our follow-up question, I was just we were curious because we've been writing a lot about this question: how much does it cost? You know, when an inquiry comes into you, it seems like always inevitably the question will show up: how much does your service cost? And so I guess we're just kind of curious to know what your experiences are with answering that question, and sort of how does it influence your conversion rates?
We're able to answer it for patients that want to pay cash. We have a cash payment plan already for them. So
Sure.
we already have that information available for them. I don't personally do any money questions. I feel the doctor should be separated from that. So I have my office staff or manager come in and then give the patient what we call the breakdown, which is financial obligations, for whatever they need. So before a new patient leaves the office, after I've talked to them about the medical or health concerns, and I've left because I don't do any financial discussions, then my manager or the financial person or the accountant comes in and say, okay, Dr. Nwobi has talked to you. Your insurance it's going to cover this or not going to cover this, or you're going to be self-paid. This is your breakdown. So everybody gets a financial breakdown that they sign a contract that they are willing to go through with the treatment recommendations.
Sure. So if I understand correctly, then you only sort of answer that question about how much it costs at the end, basically after you've sort of had the consultation and established the value of your service in advance. And even yourself, you don't handle that question directly, so people don't necessarily lose an impression of you as a trusted provider of healthcare services.
Yes. And one of the things we do, we offer a lot of free consultations. So a lot of people see me, they don't pay anything.
Right.
So that's one thing we do as a lead magnet to draw people in, is we offer a lot of free consultations. So at the end of the day, we want to, be perceived like we're providing this service, and then afterwards, they can get the financial breakdown.
Well, I think that brings us to the end of the podcast. I think we've beaten to death the direct response marketing campaign strategy for marketing and finding new clients. I just want to thank Dr. Nwobi for joining us today on the podcast channel. I think you stayed up late there in Florida for this, so we do appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Great. Well, thank you. And I don't know, Huyen, do you have any wonderful final thank yous?
No, I really appreciate your having you today as one of our first international guests.
Oh, thank you. You do good work, so thanks a lot.
No, thank you. Thank you for joining us on the channel today. And for our viewers who are new to the program and you don't want to miss out on any future podcasts, just hit that bell on your screen there to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Otherwise, we look forward to having you at the next podcast channel.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to the Online Marketing for Doctors podcast with Huyen Truong and Steve Tate. Be sure to check out the archive section on our website for previous episodes at onlinemarketingfordoctors.com/podcast. And subscribe to the show so we can catch you at the next episode.